All right, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live today around the country. It's Monday night, so it's the long week ahead, but you know what? Next week, this time, middle of the week, it's going to be February. Can you believe it? The middle of next week is February. It's crazy what's going on here. So I'm glad to have you here on one of the last Mondays of January 2018 with us. Folks, today we're going to be talking about DuePoint. That's where you're at this evening. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a listed and a licensed life and short-term insurance company. We've been around since 1952. We're 66 years old this year, so this is not a startup company. You're not dealing with something that's brand new here. You're actually just dealing with a very well-established, nearly 7-decade-old insurance company here in South Africa. You can go away and do all the research you want. We want you to do that. Go and find us on the JSE under Conduit Capital and go and look at our licenses under the FSB's website. You'll find it's under our FSP license number over there. We are, of course, authorized and registered as FSPs here at DuePoint Constantia. Folks, we want you to be comfortable with the team here too. The reason for that is the team at DuePoint spends a lot of time working with you. As you're going to see what we do here at DuePoint, you're going to get to know us very well. And so we want you to trust us and we want us to like us as best as we can for you. We got all the skills that we're chartered accountants and design guys and salespeople and all the experience. I've been in the industry for 20 years. Tim's been around in the banking industry for 15 years. We've got Stacey, who's coming out of the Deloitte auditing industry. Jane's been in the industry for the best part of 20, 25 years. And Rob ran his own digital design firm in South Africa focused on financial services for 20 years. So we got all of that, but the key thing about the team at DuePoint is that we're actually here. We're in South Africa. This is a homegrown South African company, and you never have to try and look for us. You're always going to find us right here in these offices, Monday through Saturday, every week of the year. You will find one of us here in these offices. We want you to have comfort with that because too often in the South African context, we've got these things that kind of fly in, take our money, and fly away, and you can't find them, and you don't know where they are, and they're in America and Russia, and no. This is a homegrown South African company, and we want you confident in who you're dealing with here at DuePoint. Folks, what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, we have two objectives. Our primary objective, the reason why this division exists, is that we want to put in the hands of South Africans a tool that they can control and use to create recurring, reliable, and stable income for themselves. We're an insurance company. We could sell our insurance products in any one of our other divisions, UMAs, branches, brokers. We've got all of them. But that's not what we wanted to do. At DuePoint, we had a different vision. We wanted to create a business that would give equipment to South Africans that they could use to create a different kind of income for themselves. Right now, you know, if you're full-time employed or running your own business, you have no control over your income. Someone else sitting in some committee in some other building is going to decide what increase you're going to get every year, whether you get a bonus or not, whether you get promoted or not, and whether you are working or retrenched or fired. You have no say whatsoever in those talks. I was looking at what the increases have looked like over the December period 2017, our second year of effectively recession. 2 years effectively of going backwards. Our economy has shrunk twice. Now that is a nightmare. If you look on our YouTube channel, you'll find a video of a guy by the name of Leon Lowe, who is a specialist in this area. And he said that every 7 years an economy should double its size. We have shrunk 2 years in a row. He says as a result, it will take us 70 years to catch up. 70 years. We have no say in our income and no say in our economy. As individuals on the ground, you know that. You can't walk into Woolies and tell them, listen, your prices are too high, take them down. They're not going to listen to you. You can't walk into Checkers and say, I'm tired of seeing price increases every week. Stop it. They won't listen to you. We have no control. Our objective at DuePoint is to put control back in your hands. Back in your hands. And this tool that we've created that we hope will create income that is not here today, gone tomorrow, but reliable and stable for you, will start to correct the symptoms of this poisonous situation we have found ourselves in. It'll start to eradicate debt in our lives. It'll start to create less panic and anxiety in the minds of the average South African. I know you all wake up in the morning stressed about your finances. Every single one of us do. You wake up and you go, am I going to make it through this month? Will I have enough to pay for my kids' school fees, their uniforms, their stationery, their textbooks, and again next year, and again next year, and again? We are constantly in a stressed state of mind. Our hope is that with this tool, we can start changing all of those things. Eradicate the debt, fill the gap between what you're earning and what you need, and bring a little bit of peace of mind and control back into your financial circumstances. That's our primary objective here at DuePoint. Our secondary objective is, of course, we're a modern day company. We're wanting to drive ourselves into the 21st century. We're becoming more technologically orientated. We're creating a pipeline between our customers and ourselves, and we're opening the heart of our business up to all of our customers on a 24-hour basis. Anywhere in the world, we want you connected to us. With the technology and the tool put together, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system, super simple. What it does is allow all of you, wherever you are in South Africa, to contract with us as what we call wealth engineers. As wealth engineers, you have one task, not selling, not advertising, not marketing, not advising. Your one task is simply connecting individuals to DuePoint. And as you connect individuals to DuePoint, you create for us new markets, new channels into which we can come along as an insurance company ourselves and distribute our products into. This creates revenue for us. And when it creates revenue, we're now in the position to create that recurring extra income for you. Now, why is it recurring? Why is it not here today, gone tomorrow income? We've all got very used to that in South Africa. You join any sort of system, scheme, scam, you're going to have to be selling bits and pieces the whole time, aren't you? And when you can't sell, your income doesn't come in. And for many people, it's this frustration of you sell something and get 10 Rand, sell something and get 50 Rand, then you can't, your friends don't want to buy it anymore, or you're in hospital, or you're away, or you're overworked, and now you're getting nothing. In the DuePoint system, that does not exist. We use financial services products. They run on automatic debit orders, and the products can be had till your last breath, which means that every month, no matter your circumstances, as long as the products are paid via our debit order system, your income comes in on a recurring, stable, and reliable basis. Is the cornerstone, is the foundational piece of our entire system. And then we layer that with your ability now to leverage others. We know that you're all very busy. This is the normal case for everyone in South Africa. We know you're busy, okay? And we know you don't have time, but you've got a little bit of time. And if you could gather up a little bit of time of lots of people around you and create a team that worked in creating more distributions, bigger channels for us, you'd find your income rising even when you are not actively involved in the growth of your channel with us here, because you have a team working for you. This is the opposite environment to your work environment. In your work environment, you are on your own. Everyone else is your competitor in that environment, because there's only so many promotions that can be had, only so many increases that are going to be handed out. You've got to outcompete the people around you. In the DuePoint system, everybody pushes towards a unified goal. Now, this is not an employment opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't hire here, we don't recruit, we don't sponsor out of DuePoint. This is simply a tool that we put in your hands, and we'll leave it up to you. You are completely independent of us. You go and use the tool or don't use the tool. Use it a lot or use it a little bit. That is completely up to you. You are not contracting to us in some kind of binding way. You are simply picking up this tool and getting out there and using it. Now, there is no risk at all in becoming a wealth engineer at DuePoint. We built the system purposefully to remove financial risk. What we have done is we have eliminated all startup costs. You don't pay anything to be a wealth engineer. You don't pay a monthly fee. You don't have to buy starter kits or manuals or boxes of goodies. You don't have to buy application forms. To be a wealth engineer costs you nothing. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer with no premium to your product price, no premium on top of your product price. This is the way that we are going to try and ensure that you do not suffer the financial loss that you normally suffer when you try these things. You always got to buy the box of things and try and sell it. That's not what happens at DuePoint. And so, folks, you are not making a risk decision this evening. It means that everybody, the way the system's designed, it means that everybody can become a wealth engineer. Like I said earlier, you're not advisors, you're not brokers, you're not intermediaries, you're not representatives, you don't sell, you don't advertise in the DuePoint system, and therefore everybody can join no matter what their qualification or experience is in the DuePoint system. Now, while you're here, you start to build something you've never built before, and that is a real asset. People bandy that term around, but they don't really mean it. Here we mean it. Because your channels that you're going to build, these teams of people that are going to create these channels of distributions for us, are going to create a recurring income for you, one that's there every month reliably. You're now in a position to value your channel. You can actually give it a price. And when you give it a price, you can now sell it, transfer it, and it's going to outlive you. One day when you pass away, your channel will be handed over to your children, and they will enjoy the income that you created during your lifetime. Again, something very different from what's happening right now. What do we hand over to our children now? Any of you get assets when your parents die? houses, cars, money. Yeah, any of it? No? No, nobody does. What we get is debt. We're going to pay off the clothes our parents wore, the food our parents ate, and the cars our parents drove in. That's what we're going to be paying off. That's what we leave behind. At DuePoint, our channels are left behind as an income source for our children. They can even choose then to grow it further during their lifetime, and our hope is that we will create real generational legacy here. Channels that hand over from generation to generation as they grow them. Folks, this is a system of convenience. You do not do any selling in the DuePoint system. You do not do any presenting in the DuePoint system. You don't have to buy, store, transport, or sell stock in the DuePoint system. Everything is online. Everything is at your fingertips. Everything is done for you in our system. You are left with one task, the task of connecting people to us. Now, how do you do that? Well, there's 4 ways of connecting people to DuePoint. The first way is through buying one of our USB sticks at the information counter. You can order them at info@dewpoint.net as well. You go there, they're 170 Rand, and on there is the presentation and a whole bunch of starter kit stuff for you. You plug it into a smart TV or into a computer or a laptop, and there we are doing the presentation for you any time of the day, anywhere. Second way of connecting people to DuePoint is you bring them here. If you can fit them into our auditorium, we present Monday through Saturdays. Night times, lunch times, mornings, you will find a slot where we are presenting that you can bring your people and it's convenient for you, and we will present the DuePoint opportunity to them every day of the week except Sundays. One day I'll hire someone to do Sundays as well. All right, but right now 6 days a week. Then the third way of connecting people to DuePoint, probably the most important way, is through our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel, you'll be surprised to know, is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Even on New Year's Eve, 5 to 11, we kept our YouTube channel open. You guys don't believe me? Test it. Christmas morning, while everyone was unwrapping their presents, our YouTube channel was open. And on there, you will find every single one of the presentations we've ever done on that channel, as well as our training and conferences and all sorts of things. And that means that the only thing you've got to learn how to do at DuePoint is click play. If you can click play, 3 o'clock in the morning at the bottom of a mine shaft, you can be showing somebody the DuePoint presentation. It's 24 hours a day, anywhere in the nation, you've got access to DuePoint's presentations via our YouTube channel. And then the fourth way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live streams. Every presentation that we do every single day is broadcast live across South Africa. So whether you're in your office, at a coffee shop, at church, at home, you pull out your screen with an internet connection, whether it's your phone, your iPad, or your TV, or even your computer at work, and you click play. And we are live in the room with you, full HD surround sound. You've got us there to connect people to DuePoint with. If you can connect people through those 4 ways, your channel will start growing. People that you talk to about DuePoint, present the presentation to, some of them are going to get interested. They're going to buy into the vision of what we're trying to do and become wealth engineers. When they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. Those folk go out and do the same thing. They talk to lots of people. Some people catch the vision, and again, we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over and over time. And over time, your channel will spread out as it has multiple times at DuePoint across the country. Having built this new channel of distribution for us, we can now come along as DuePoint. Not you, we. And we come and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout that channel. And your income is now born. Now, what's really important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is a listed and licensed and regulated insurance company. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not a Ponzi shape scheme, anything you can think of. We have 8 regulators that look after us and another 2 organizations that audit and review us. Folks, 10 sets of authorities that look after us all year long. This is the real deal. Now, the problem with real deals is that they come at a price. What is the price you pay at DuePoint? I said to you there's no financial price. What is the price you're going to pay at DuePoint? You're going to pay with your time. What we do at DuePoint is we convert time into money. The time that you spend sitting in front of the TV, talking to your friends, going to the pub, whatever, you're going to convert that time into money with us at DuePoint. And it means it takes months and years in order for you to create a completely new future for yourself. But the difference between this and what Facebook promises you in 3 months is that ours actually works, it actually pays, and it doesn't only do it once, it creates this lifetime, recurring, stable, and reliable income that we do. Now, for those of you who are going to put the time in and the energy in, we reward you in 2 ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every payment made in your channel every month via our debit order system, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. Sounds a little bit complicated, but it's not. It's very simple. Here's an example. You go out, you chat to some of your friends. Your friends catch the vision, some of them, and they take one of our products and make a product payment. When they do, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, the people you introduced, R55. Not R1, not R5, not R12, 26. I've seen all of those numbers. Now, those are 1990s numbers. If you want 2018 numbers, then you need R55. You can't buy anything for R5 anymore these days. Huh? R55, however, means that you start to feel the impact of DuePoint almost immediately. These folk are out, they chat to a few more of their friends. Some of them become wealth engineers, pay for their product, and again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, R55. You've been here in this particular example for 5 minutes. You've put a handful of people in, and you're earning just under R1,000 a month. If you talk to some of our guys, they will tell you how within 2 weeks they immediately felt the income in their bank accounts, in their households. Remember, none of us are going to ever tell you to quit your job at DuePoint. That would be absolutely ridiculous in the current climate. No, this is your hobby income. This is where you're going to convert that lazy time into money time. That's what you do with us. And as you do it, you're going to very quickly go, here's my salary. Oh, hang on a second, here's a little extra piece. And R1,000 a month, 12,000 Rand a year extra. That very quickly becomes 2,000 Rand. Now it's 24,000 Rand extra a year. You feel it in the DuePoint system. Now, if you put more time and energy in, your channel continues to grow. You earn on a diminishing basis, but only to the 8th point. There is no limit to your potential at all at DuePoint. From the 8th point onwards, you can build a channel of any size, and as long as you qualify to earn on those points, you can earn 4% of R27.50 no matter the size of your channel. So you could build a 25-point channel, you could hand it over to your children, they could build it to 50, they could hand it over to your grandchildren, they could build it 75 points deep. As long as they qualify to earn, they're going to get 4% of R27.50. Go to our YouTube channel, watch the 6-minute video on how this works. I explain the whole thing to you in 6 minutes, and you'll understand how to be qualified to earn. It's a simple process of time and numbers, and you're able to open up a channel of any size, depending on how far you want to build your channel with us at DuePoint. So, what does this translate to practically? How much can you actually earn in our returns program? Remember, there's 2 ways to earn. I'm only talking about the first way right now. Okay? In our returns program, we wanted to answer that question for you. We went away, we got 2 decades of data, we did a whole lot of maths on it to find out what we thought was reasonable and conservative growth for a new wealth engineer. You arrive here, you're ambitious and excited after this presentation. I promise you will be. This is all the boring bits, the exciting bits are all coming, okay? You say to me, Brendan, I want to get going. I said, well, okay, let's measure out some realistic milestones for you. When you are willing to put in what we call the 3+2 growth rate formula. That's the amount of time you're going to put in. The time sacrifice. What it says is, in your first month with us, you personally are responsible for adding 3 people to your channel. 3 on your first point. You're going to introduce 3 people in an entire month. Okay? We feel like that's reasonable. That's not a big ask. 3 people in an entire month. Then, the second part is now your persistence part. You need to add 2 people to your channel every month going forward. 2 people every month going forward. You are responsible for it. Now, if you can do that, 24 people in a year, 1 person every 2 weeks. Again, not a big ask. And you can do that consistently over time, including over Christmas, including over your birthday, including over Easter. If you can do that persistently, we believe that after 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. Reasonably. This is not flying. I'm going to show you just now, guys, shooting the lights out. Right now, I'm telling you reasonably, you should expect to earn 30,000 Rand a year after 6 months. Extra 30,000 Rand, 2,500 Rand every month extra on top of your salary. For some people, that's life-changing already. But if it's not enough for you, well, then you just got to put more time in. That's the price you pay. You put another 6 months' time in of consistent +2, +2, +2, and we believe that you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 120,000 Rands extra income per annum generated in a year with us at DuePoint with consistent effort and time. I don't really know who you all are and how much you all earn, but I'm pretty sure if we added 10,000 Rand a month to your household income, you'd feel it and you'd appreciate it. Am I right? I know I would. An extra 10 grand a month, I'll take it. Okay, 120. You can do that with us in a year. But say by then you have created the new habit, because that's what it's going to have to be. You're going to have to create the habit of putting 2 people in every month. If you've created the new habit and you can push through to 2 years with us, we reckon that'll grow reasonably and conservatively to about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. 360,000 Rand a year that you have added to your normal household income. If you can do 3 years with us, that should go to 45 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 600,000 Rand a year in 3 years. Okay? This is if you're working consistently. So I always enjoy, I look at the Facebook reports every morning. We scan the social media every day to make sure people are not lying about us. And they come in there and they go, listen, you can do this in like 3 months. You find 6 people, who find 6 people, who find 6 people, you're on R1 million a month after 3 months. That's very typical Facebook. Do not ever believe that, even if it's got a DuePoint stamp on the top, because it's not from us. It's from someone trying to twist your arm. No, the price is 3 years. 3 years to 45,000 Rand. You can do it faster if you pile the time in like crazy. But reasonably, you can expect as a reasonable milestone to be on about 50 grand a year after 3 years with us. How worth it is it? Well, I'm going to ask you that question in a minute. Because if you can do 4 years with us, we reckon it'll be about 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. That is 720,000 a year. If you can do half a decade with us, half a decade, that number should be around 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. 5 years to get to R1 million a year. You've put the time in. This is not R1 million a year where you've got to run out and do R1 million worth of sales every month. Okay, no. This is now a consistent 80,000 Rand a month, every month, reliably, recurring, and stable, that you have now built into your life. Everything now starts changing. Your time starts coming back. On 80 grand, you don't really need to go to work. I mean, maybe some of you guys are greedy and you're going to go to work still. You want the extra 5,000 Rand, 10,000 Rand from your job when you're earning 80 from us. No, I think you're probably not going to be working anymore. You've now got your time back and you're able to focus completely on growing that 80 now to wherever you want it to go. How that changes lives and circumstances, that's the dream that we have at DuePoint. So people say to me, Brendan, Facebook has promised me 100,000 Rand a month in 3 months. Okay, that's called a get-rich-quick scheme, and it doesn't actually exist. Okay, there's no such thing. Here, we say you've got to put the time in. How much time have you put into your career so far? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, some 40, 45. We had a 45 the other night. 45 years. And I ask most questions, have you got to the people, the question, have you got to 27,000 Rand a month yet? No, all right. So then when people say to me, Brendan, it takes too long. I'm unwilling to wait 5 years. Okay, but how come you've done 15 years at your job? Why have you not gone into your boss's office and said, enough of this nonsense. I've been here 10 years. I'm still on 15,000 Rand a month. I want to be on 100,000 from tomorrow. None of us are ever brave enough to have that conversation. The reality is, folks, we are willing to pour hundreds and thousands of our hours into dead-end jobs. We are. And in fact, when you talk to people who need the money, the first thing they say is, no, I don't want to do this. What I need is a job. No, the job is dead-end. It is dead-end. You know, you're all in it, you all know it, you understand it, okay? It doesn't take you anywhere. What you now need is a tool that can lever a different future. You can keep your job. Nobody's telling you to quit. Keep your job, but lever it, and you're not going to do it overnight. But you could do it in the next 5 years. And every one of you, as I look in this room tonight, have got plenty more years ahead of you, not just 5. Okay, makes a huge difference. Are people actually doing this at DuePoint? People are very skeptical. I get the ones I've showed you before. If you've been around for a while, you'll know. They come in here and they sit in their chair, but they turn sideways in their chair and they fold their arms and they look at me sideways during the presentation because they think I'm just making this stuff up. This is maths, I agree. So it might not work out in real life, all right? So let's look at it in real life. Every month, we pull up a host of people. They come up here and they tell you if it's working or not. I can't show you all the people who didn't use the tool because, well, they didn't use the tool. I'm just show you the people who did use the tool. And I show you a sample of all of them. We have well over 1,000 people earning at DuePoint already, and we've, as a division, only been around for 23 months. Okay, so it's up to you whether you use the tool or not. Here are some people that have made the decision to do it. Here is Nick and Chani, blank. Nick and Chani Fantana, they've been with us for over a year now. Full-time parents, full-time workers. They don't have time. They don't have time for this business, okay? But they do have time for extra income. And so they've picked up this tool, and slowly and badly, they're getting better. Hey, Nick, you're getting better. You started off badly, of building their channel with us here. I love Nick's story. He says in the first 2 weeks, he came to his wife. just slammed his hands down on the kitchen table and said, this stuff doesn't work. I've spoken to everyone. They all said no. So his wife, in her wisdom, and the wife, no matter how short she is always more wiser, sat down and said to him, let's write down all the people you spoke to. He wrote out the whole list because remember, he'd spoken to everyone. There were 13 people on the list. 13 in the 51 million in South Africa. He'd spoken to 13. She said, look, I think you better try a bit harder. All right. And they did. And he has persisted. And over a year, he's built himself an income of 48,000 Rand a year. 4,000 Rand a month extra. Hobby income. 4,000. That 4,000 is going to become 8,000 in no time. That 8,000 will become 16. In the little bit of time that they have, that they slice out of each day to do this business, they're converting their time into money. You might be slow. You might be medium, you might be fast. I don't know what your circumstances are and how much time you can commit to this. But there's no timeline and there's no deadline in the DuePoint system. You take as long as you want. The faster you go, the better for you. But you take as long as you want in this system. Then we've got Jack Delamo, Witbank in Mpumalanga. Okay? He does come to our office on occasion, but he doesn't have the daily resource of being able to bring people to our presentations. He uses our live broadcasts and our YouTube channel. And over the course of 10 months, because I pulled these numbers at 10 months, he built himself a channel of 8,000 Rand a month. 8,000 Rand a month. 96,000 Rand a year. 96,000 Rand. He did it in 10 months. I said you'd be on about 9 to 10 after 12 months. He's on track. He's on track to being on 9 to 10,000 Rand after a year. Then we've got Don Landon, joined us in Port Elizabeth. No chance of him bringing people here, or extremely unlikely, using all of our online technology. He did nothing for 6 months. I think it's a PE thing, testing the waters, checking us out first. But after 6 months, he said, I'm going to start doing this thing. Sat down, and the next 6 months built himself a channel worth 11,000 Rand a month. 6 months. Now, I said the reasonable milestone for you is 2,500 Rand. Remember? 11,000 in the same period of time. You see, it just depends on how much time you've got, what kind of personality you got. You know, all these kind of things can dictate the speed of your success. Every one of you will succeed if you persevere, but the speed of your success will be dictated to by your circumstances. You'll decide with this tool. And then we got Motla Letona from Bloemfontein. Okay, again, she's been here 2 or 3 times in her entire time with us here because it's far away. She uses all of our online tools, and in the course of 7 months built herself a channel worth 11,500 Rand. Last time I pulled her channel was on about 25,000 Rand. All right, so in a year, she's built herself a channel worth 25,000 Rand. In fact, I looked at it yesterday. There's now nearly 1,000 people that she's put in to her channel, and she's done it in 11 or 12 months. You know, absolutely incredible what you can do if you set your mind to it. And don't look at these people now and go, yes, but I'm not like them, I won't get there. That is nonsense. That's the world putting you down. The world telling you can't do it. Every single one of you has the potential to do this. You all have the potential, you just have to decide. But then conversely, what I don't want you to do is do 3-4 months with us here. You're earning 500-600 Rand and quit because you can't do what she did. Again, I don't know what her circumstances are, and I don't know what yours are. Your circumstances will dictate your speed of success, but you will ultimately succeed with us here. Go to our YouTube channel. You can go and find, there must be close to 100 testimonies now that we have recorded of just a sample of people earning at DuePoint. Some 700 Rand a month, some 3,000 Rand, 8,000, 20,000, some 68,000, 70, 100,000 Rand. You're going to find them all on our YouTube channel. Go watch the testimony videos of people using this tool and growing their businesses here at DuePoint. That was the first way you earn. The second way you earn, and this is in addition to the first way that you earn, is called our XP Rewards Training Program. It is how we teach you from beginner to expert here at DuePoint. You might go, I have no idea how to do this. No problem. We'll teach you how to do it. And in fact, I beg you to do the training program. It will help you dramatically in your success here. And many people try to avoid it. I think they come in here, they go, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to listen to them. What do they know? They've only been doing this for 25 years. I know better than them. Guys, can I please beg you, go and use the training videos and the training material we have to improve yourself before you even start down this journey. As you complete the steps in our training program, we reward you with what we call XP points. They're experience points. They're not worth rands and cents. They're just a measure of how experienced and mature you have got in the DuePoint system. But naturally, as you become better at the system, you start to grow your channel. And as your channel grows and you meet the criteria of experience and channel size, we rank you up in our training program. You can't be a beginner forever. We start ranking you up. And as we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. Early steps, you can get them done in the first few days, first few weeks that you're here with us. And you can get a little bit of cash. As you get a little bit more serious, well, the cash starts to get more serious and more serious and more serious throughout. You're going to find all of this on our website. You don't have to take any pictures. We're giving it all to you. Open book. You go to our website, you'll find everything. Okay, folks, then at about rank 5, we start to equip you with tools that we know are going to help you in the building and construction of your channels. At rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick from the United States. It plugs into every single electronic device. It's filled with our presentations, downloads, testimonies, tools, everything you need to connect people all the time, everywhere to DuePoint. Then at rank 7, we give you a set of imported business cards worth 12,500 Rand. They're gold gilded, gold printed on imported paper. We send it to 3 printers. It takes 6 weeks for us to prepare it for you. You get 800 of these cards. When you see them, I promise you, you are going to be happy. Because these are like keys to people's hearts. When you hand them out, they are going to be so amazed by what they see. And you can go and see. We've got a set in our glass cabinet. I promise you. They're not these paper-thin business cards. They're about 1 millimeter thick. You know, to gold gilt something, it can't be paper-thin. It's got to have a bit of size. And you get these. Now, if you look around here tonight, 1 or 2 of these chaps are actually here. You can go find them. They'll show you the card. They won't let you touch any. But you can see them at least. Now, you get those at rank 7 in our rewards and training program. Then at rank 9, once you've built yourself up to rank 9, I don't want you to get too excited about anything I'm about to tell you because you're not rank 9. You're all rank 0. You've got a long way to go. Okay? But when you've built your way up to rank 9, and as long as you maintain your channel size at rank 9, every year that you maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away. Yes, and your family. Not economy class, business class. Not to the caravan park, 5-star hotels for a week every year for the rest of your life. You don't pay for the transfer from your house to the airport. You don't have to pay for the airport taxes. You don't have to buy the travel insurance. I've heard all of these things. So congratulations. You've qualified, but you have to buy the air ticket. You know, like you haven't qualified then. Here, it's all expenses paid. We had one of our wealth engineers. We've just got back from our rank 9 trip over December. We go in December. We don't go in like the armpit end of the year, like July or something. We go in December. And they tested us. They left their credit cards at home. I thought it was a bit risky, but you know, that's what we do, yeah? And they were right to have left their credit card. They never had to pull it out once in the entire trip. It's an all expenses paid trip, and it's every year. So when I talk to my wealth engineers, I often say to them, how great would it be if you knew on the 1st of January every year that your December holiday was booked? Now, you can do that at DuePoint because we're an accumulating system. You don't re-qualify every year. You don't start at rank 0 again and have to work your way through every year. No, this is an accumulating system. Whatever you build this year is your starting point next year. So you might not make rank 9. In fact, if you do the 3 plus 2, it's going to take about 18 months to get to rank 9. So you might not make it this year. It doesn't matter because next year you start with a base. And you work from there. And if you don't make it next year, it doesn't matter because you've now got 2 years base to start in year 3. So we give 2 guarantees at DuePoint. The only 2 guarantees we give. The first one is that everybody who perseveres and persists without ever quitting will go rank 9. Even if they're putting in 10 people a year, they will ultimately go rank 9 because it's an accumulating system. And our second guarantee is everybody who quits will never go rank 9. Those are our 2 guarantees that we give. Now we're going away in December this year. Do you want to see what we do and where we go? Here's where we go and what we do.
When all of your wind has gone and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun. Where no one can see, you stand on at the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
us this year? That's a question only you can answer. And you're going to have to ask yourself that question every morning, because this is not an easy business. This is not an easy business. You're dealing with very disappointing individuals. They're going to promise you the world. They're going to tell you they're going to come, and they're not going to come. Then they're going to tell you they're going to put 1,000 people in and never put one in. This is normal behavior of individuals. You have the one task of introducing and connecting people to DuePoint, not your team. As you keep doing that, you will find those that catch the vision. You will find them. It's a needle in the haystack exercise, but the more hay you go through, the more needles you find. And they will grow you to the point that you want to be in our business. At Rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented to you. It's not financed through us. And we don't give it to you and then take it away. It's yours. It's your car. And we want you to use it to build your freedom here at DuePoint. Folks, every month as part of our training program, we run what are called wealth quests. Wealth quests are little monthly exercises to help you build good, sustainable channels. They're difficult, sure, but they build good channels. And this month, we know that you guys have burnt up all your money over December, all gone, and need the money desperately. So we're starting off the year with the reward for those who qualify and complete the criteria of the training, the Wealth Quest training program this month, with 10,000 Rand on top of your returns and rewards. So if you complete this quest, you get an extra 10,000 Rand. In other months, it'll be iPads, iPhones, smart TVs, data, Wi-Fi routers, all the tools you need to be building this business. But right now, we know you need petrol and airtime. So it's the 10,000 Rand. What do you got to do this month to get the 10,000? You've got to find 20 people and put them on your first point and get them paid by the end of the month. If you can do that, then you get 10,000 Rand. This month. What a way to start your year. 20 people on your first point, building your channel, 10,000 Rand bonus, and the returns and rewards you would naturally get from putting 20 people in your channel. Okay, that's what this exercise is all about this month. There's still plenty of time this month for you guys to crack that. All right, now, people ask me the question, where do we get the money to fund this business? It's a good question. It's a common question, and so we like to answer it. In the traditional financial services space, banking and insurance, that's where we come out of as Constantia, we do one particular thing. We advertise to you. That's how we get you to connect to us. Billboards, TVs, radios, SMSs, websites. We spend hundreds of millions a month, billions a year in advertising to the South African economy to get people to connect with us. Now, how do we fund that? Well, we build the price of that into your product payments. So every month, your banking fees, your funeral cover, your car cover, your life insurance, 50% of it, 35 to 50% of it is going to next month's marketing. You just pay for next month's adverts every single month that you're paying your fees. Now, at DuePoint, we've done the same thing. We've built the price of this business into the products. But we do one thing very differently. We do not advertise at all. We use you to connect people to us. That's why you probably haven't heard of us until now. As people go out and connect people to us, that'll be the first time they hear about us. And that means that all that money that we would have spent on SABC and DSTV and Prime Media and Cheetah billboards and all that, and Google these days, all that money that we would have spent is now available to you and your channel. It's simply a redirection of the flow of our marketing cost that we do that we use in the DuePoint system. So you've created channels of distribution for us. We come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products into your channels. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan is 299 Rand a month currently. It's 324 Rand from the 1st of February. So you guys have picked a good time to come, because our price increases only affect you on the anniversary of your purchase, which means if you take the products, any of our products this month, it'll only be January next year before your product becomes 324 Rand. Right now it's 299. Okay, so the 299 in our Access Wealth Plan gives you 2 independent products. The first one is our tax-free investment account. All right, that means that you are now an investor in the South African Stock Exchange. We take 100 Rand of your 299 every month, and we put it into your investment account, and it is invested via GFA, Capricorn Fund Managers, onto a Sanlam portfolio, and as the markets move, your money moves. Then, for the remaining 199 Rand, you get 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. So if you die from an accident, your family, your beneficiaries are going to get the 110,000 Rand plus the value of your investment that you can grow over the rest of your life. The second product we have is our Wealth Guard product. It is 274 Rand a month, and for the 274 Rand, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. 2 things to note. Firstly, next month the price goes up. It's $299 from the 1st of February. Second thing to note is that we do not cover at DuePoint death via illness or natural causes. Why? because it starts fighting against our primary objective. Remember, we're trying to create recurring, reliable income in your hands. If we start adding illness cover, natural causes cover, everyone you bring in here, we have to now assess where do you live, what pre-existing conditions do you have, how old are you, what are your circumstances, and then we're going to change the price for every single person. Half the people you bring in here are going to be priced out the market as they are currently, and you are only going to be able to grow your business at half the speed with all of our products, every single South African, no matter what their medical state or their home state or their financial state is. Every single South African can be part of your business. The third product we have is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's currently $274. It's $299 from the 1st of February. This is a membership fee you pay to become part of our Buyers Club. We've got 7 decades of influence in the South African economy. We go to suppliers all the time, and they give us discounts, packages, account managers, vouchers, specials, all sorts of things you couldn't get as individuals. We get as a major corporate in the financial services space. And as a result of being a member of our club, you now have access to all of that immediately after your first payment. No, you have to go to the gym and get X number of points before you can. No, none of that. You pay, and you have access to all of our discounts. And in here, we've got grocery stores, retail stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, entertainment, hotels, you name it, we've got it in our list of suppliers. Now, what I want to encourage you to do is go this evening to our YouTube channel. Once you've looked through the website, go to the YouTube channel. This last Saturday, I did a training video on all of our products, where I spent a lot of time working through the products. Go and watch that video. You will know every detail there is to know about every product once you've watched that video, and you'll have 250 XP towards your training program. Okay, take the time, watch that product. You'll then understand all the products in detail. Otherwise, look at our website. Folks, that is DuePoint. That is what we do. The mechanism to create the income is our products. The system we use to create the income is our returns and rewards program. Your task, just connect individuals to us. The outcome, we believe, life-changing, stable income. That's not only going to get you to financial stability, it's going to bring you some time freedom as well. If you want to become a wealth engineer with us, folks, it's very simple. Go to the website, DuePoint.net. That's where our website is. Click apply, fill out the form without paying a cent tonight. You're automatically wealth engineers, and you can start building your channels. Get the tools if you're serious. You can order them at info@DuePoint.net, or you can buy them at our counter over here. The prices are on the counter. The USB stick with the presentations in. Backup batteries for your phones that are always dying, especially when you're filling out application forms. Your own custom set of business cards. We give you 500 cards that are actually worth 5,000 Rand if they were printed individually, but because we can print them on bulk, we get them at 645 Rand, and you pay 645 for them. 500 custom-made business cards. If you're serious, get the tools and get out there and connect people to us. Folks, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is our #1 form of connection with you. Every day we go live, your phone will ping. Every time we load up a video, your phone will ping. You will know what's going on in this business if you connect it to us via our YouTube. It is free to subscribe. Somewhere along the line, someone told me, no, it's expensive. It's not expensive to subscribe to YouTube. It is free. Go find our channel and subscribe. And then, folks, download our free app. You can use our free Wi-Fi here, or wherever you are and you have an internet connection. Download from the app stores the DuePoint app. It plugs you into your channel in real time. Second by second, minute by minute, you can see what is going on in your channel with our app. It's got in there your tools. It's got your training, which I'm going to beg you again to watch. It's got all your personal details and product documents. People say, where's my product documents? It's in your app. You can go in there. It'll print the document for you on your screen anywhere in the world, any time of the day. You've got access to your product documents in your app. Please get it. Once you've got the app on your phone, click your name in the top left-hand corner. You'll see your name. Click it. When you click it, your profile will come up. Click the little picture button in the middle and take a head and neck photo of yourself, your profile picture. If you do that, before you walk out the door this evening, no matter where you are, you'll automatically have 1,000 XP towards your rewards program with us. It's a great way to kick off there. How much XP do you need for rank 1? Do you remember the table? I put it up briefly. You need 1,000 XP to go rank 1. So you can put 1,000 XP on tonight, then you just got to grow, and you'll be rank 1 before the end of the week. Like I told you, you can do those first few ranks really quickly and get cracking with the system. All right. And then, folks, I want you to remember a few don'ts, okay? It's easy enough to connect people, but I want you to remember a few don'ts. I want you to read the code of conduct that we have, but if you can't remember all of it, 5 things. Firstly, Do not become a wealth engineer if you can't afford to become a wealth engineer. Folks, there's costs. You're going to be using data. There's no paper application forms, brochures, gazebos, all these other. There's none of that here. This is a fully online business. You need to have a little bit of money to get yourself out there connecting people. If you don't have access to the internet and you don't know how to use a computer, this is not your business. It's not, because everything we do is on a computer and online. And then, folks, don't become a wealth engineer if you struggle with transport. If you cannot use public transport or your own transport, but you have to rely on other people the whole time, it's going to make it very difficult for you to connect people to DuePoint. And so we want you to be realistic in your decision here this evening. But if you can become a wealth engineer, the number one thing I don't want you to do is fill out application forms on behalf of somebody else. Our application form is a contract. If you fill it out on behalf of someone else, it's a criminal offense. You could get arrested. I love Rob. He's the other guy who presents. He says, there's a police station in every town. We will find you. You know, no, folks, it is a contract. In there, you are going to sign terms and conditions of being a wealth engineer. You're going to agree to the terms and conditions of your products, and you're going to give me permission to raise debit orders against your bank account. You cannot sign that on behalf of somebody else. It's a criminal offense. It's fraud. Okay? Everyone must fill out their own application form. Everyone. Okay, and then, folks, don't add any direct family to your channel. What that means is if they live in the same house as you, you can't add them to your channel. Husbands and wives must work with one channel. Sign up one individual. You both work on the same W number. You can say Peter and Jane in the first name block and Smith in the surname block. And we know there's a couple working, okay? If your granny and children and all of them are in the house with you, kick them out. It's the leave and cleave concept, you know, from the Bible. Kick them out. Let them go live in their own houses. Then they can be part of your channel. If they live in your own house, they can't be part of your channel. Talk to your lead wealth engineer or client service team if you want more detail on that. And then, folks, I have freed you from the burden of advertising. That is the one thing you do not need to do. Don't go out there and start any Facebook pages or web pages or magazine pages or billboards or anything that go DuePoint, okay? Because you are not DuePoint. You have one of our tools, not one of our companies. And what we see is DuePoint Johannesburg, DuePoint Gauteng, DuePoint Johannesburg Help Desk, DuePoint Client Services. None of these things you are. And so you don't know how many laws you're breaking just by doing that. You can use your own personal Facebook page to engage with people, then tell them the truth. You never talk about our products. Remember, you are contracted out. You don't have to worry about selling. That's my job. You're going to talk to people about the tool that makes income on a reliable basis. Use your own Facebook pages. Do not create pages for those things. All right, and then lastly, folks, take responsibility for the people you put in your channels. Don't send them to us or other presentations and think somebody else is going to look after them. They won't, and you could well lose them. Folks, on the 10th of February this year, we've got a very exciting event. It's our second birthday as a division of Constantia, and we're running our Converge Conference. It is going to be a 5-star event, as everything is at DuePoint. We've got a fantastic venue on the entire top floor, 30th floor up in the Sandton CBD, super deluxe fancy. It is going to be amazing. We're going to recognize all our movers and shakers, our biggest growers, etc., on that night. If you want to be there, 3-course meal, drinks, all in the package, you need to get to rank 4. Rank 4s and above can buy a ticket and come and join us. You've got till the end of January. Make it rain between now and then if you want to be there. Wealth engineers, wherever you are tonight, you know what to do. You've got to get your guys to rank 4. Make sure you buy your tickets. On Saturday morning, we had 13. We sold 6. There are like 7 or 8 tickets left. I think Jane's going to try and squeeze a few more in. Get your tickets now before they're sold out, and then you're done. And no matter what rank you are, you can't come with. So, guys, make sure you've purchased your tickets. You can buy them at our counter or send a mail to clientservices@info@dewpoint.net. Get your tickets purchased before it's too late. Rank 4s and above, it's going to be an amazing evening. Folks, tomorrow night is our Tell All Tuesday. I told you that every once a month we bring people up on the stage to give their testimony. Tomorrow night is testimony night for January 2018. It is an incredible, powerful night, probably the most exciting night of the year that we have at DuePoint. We've got some awesome guys coming up. This lady over here has got 3 or 4 of our biggest channels in the country. She's a go-go at home. She introduced her son and a few more. The whole country got taken over by her kids and her family and the people she's introduced. She's going to come and talk about how she did it tomorrow night. We've got Mike and Vilna that have been doing the same thing in Kempton Park. Shame, we're trying to get them out of Kempton Park. Anyway, so they get to do that. It's going to be a fantastic evening. Make sure you've booked your ticket. Make sure you bring your guests here tomorrow night. Don't just come for the show. Bring a guest with you. It's going to be amazing. And, of course, you can watch it live, 6:30 for you guys down in KZN, Eastern Cape and Western Cape. Get your teams in a room. Tune in live. It's going to be a fantastic night. tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see how serious we are about what we're doing here. This is not something you have seen before. This is not a new version of an old thing. This is something completely unique. We hope to be part of the economic solution in South Africa. Nobody's coming to our rescue. Nobody. Nobody. We have to do this ourselves. And we want you to be a part of it. And so if you want to start changing your life this evening, we want you to get the tool. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask them. Come and ask them. Ask the people who brought you here this evening. If they can't answer them, come to us. And let's get them all answered. And let's get you out of here with a tool in your hand and start levering a different future for yourselves. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you guys all outside. And thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.
Thank you.